Today's workout is a 10-minute postpartum, no equipment legs and glutes workout. We'll focus on strengthening and toning the legs and glutes, no equipment required. Let's get started. Hey mamas, welcome to today's workout. We've got a 10-minute no equipment legs and glutes workout. So we're gonna work the lower body using low impact movements, no equipment necessary, and you could tailor it to whatever level of intensity you want to work at today. So we're gonna get started with the sumo squat. So go ahead and take your feet wide and we're gonna turn the toes out just a little bit here. And you can either place your arms in front of you or reach toward the floor with me. So we're gonna push the knees out, reaching toward the floor, and then stand up, squeeze your glutes. So as you sit back and down, you're driving your knees out through the middle of your feet, and then you're standing up, engaging your core, and then squeezing your glutes. So you can see from the side profile, I'm sitting back and down about 90 degrees, hips just above knee line. And you can go as slow or as fast as you want to here, but it's not a cardio workout necessarily, so I want you to focus on depth in that squat to really work the full range of motion and work the legs here. And because we're going wider with the feet, that activates more of the glutes, hamstrings, and the back of the body here. And if you don't want to take it quite as low, you can go a little more shallow in your squat, maybe not quite touching the floor like I was there. Okay, we're going to continue with that sumo squat, but this time we're going to make it a bottom half. So we're going to go one bottom half and then stand up. So again, reaching, or you can keep the arms in front. So we're going to go bottom half and then stand up. So bottom half, we're stopping halfway up in the squat, squeezing the quads, and then driving all the way up into that neutral position, hips under the shoulders. And again, you're hinging forward, but you're not rounding your spine. So you still keep a nice straight back. Squeeze the glutes, drive out of those heels as you stand up. And that little hinge is going to help you actually sit deeper in your squat. So it's not a bad thing. You're not totally upright because that would be really awkward. But at the same time, you're not rounding your spine. It's hinging at the hip. Again, you could always add a weight to these. I just did this maybe if you're traveling or you're just easing back into strength training. This is a great workout to do if you don't want to use weights or you can't or don't have them. Great alternatives to still work the lower body. Okay, we're gonna do an eccentric lunge. So pick a leg, step it back. We're gonna drive down quickly and then slow to the top. So we're gonna drop down quick into that lunge and then slowly stand up, squeezing that front glute, driving down through the front heel. I'll show you from the side profile. So 90 degrees, slight lean into the torso. And what that lean is gonna do is engage more in your front glute. If you don't want as much glute work, you can stay upright. That's a little more quad activation there. But again, that little lean, if you can see what I did there, I shifted into that front leg a little bit more. And then the little dragging out the lunge to the top is gonna help keep that pressure in the legs. So we feel a little more intensity and get more out of our training here. All right, we're gonna continue. So whatever leg you picked, that leg is gonna be the working leg this time. We're gonna lie on our backs and keep that leg on the floor. Foot down, opposite knee comes to 90 degrees, single leg glute bridge. So you're driving through that leg that you just worked, heel pushes down, opposite leg is at 90 degrees. Engage your core and pelvic floor, so belly button to spine. Exhale, drive the hips up to the sky. And the single leg is going to be more challenging because it takes away a point of contact, forces that glute to work harder, and it's more core stability. So if you need to put the other leg down to help you for a couple reps, that's okay. But you can try to keep that opposite leg off the ground. And make sure you're leading with the glutes. You're not just arching your back to lift. You're using your glutes to get off the floor. All right, we're going to go to the other side. So back to that eccentric lunge here. Same thing, other leg. So again, you want the feet staggered here. So your feet are not directly behind one another. Think train tracks about hip distance apart. And that's gonna help you balance. And again, if you want to, you can stay upright about 90 degrees to get more legs, more glutes. You lean into that front leg a little bit more. Again, dragging out the reps. So we're keeping that pressure in the legs, glutes, hamstrings a little bit longer. You can do whatever you want to with your hands here. I'm just lightly tapping my back knee toward the ground, but you don't have to go that low if you're not ready for it. You could also hold on to a chair or a wall if you need help with balance. Lots of options here to make this one successful. All right, we're gonna keep that same leg working on the ground. Single leg bridge. So bring your heel in close to your butt, and let's go. Again, taking care not to arch your back. Use your glutes to lift. Just take it slow here. It's not about how many reps we get, it's about the quality. Couple more in here. Such a good way to target the glutes, but we also get a little recovery for our heart rate during that time. Okay, now we're gonna come to a squat with a calf raise. So take your feet closer together, a little further than hip distance apart. We're gonna squat down, then lift up onto the toes. So I'm using my hands here right in front of my chest and then swinging my arms back, squeezing my glutes as I come up onto the toes in that calf raise. So your hips are driving forward, but what you don't want to do is thrust them so far that you're coming out of alignment. So stop here in neutral and see if you can balance a little bit at the top of that calf raise. You might fall over too, that's okay. And then put your heels down quickly right as you get into that squat. You're aiming for about knee level if you can. Heart rate's coming back up a bit, but take your time. If you need to, you can always slow it down. It's not a cardio workout, although your heart rate will go up inevitably because we're working lower body. We're going to a wall sit. So go ahead and find that space on your wall. Feet about hip distance apart. Hands off your legs. You can bring them here, whatever works for you. Aiming for legs, thighs parallel to the ceiling. Ceiling or the ground, whatever works. Engage the core, relax the upper body, try not to tense anything. Easier said than done when you're doing a wall sit, right? Heels to the ground, toes to the ground. Your breath is really what's gonna help you in this exercise. So breathe in, absorb that burn in the legs. That burn is a sign of muscle growth. Couple more seconds and we're there. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Wow, I almost slipped on my mat there. Okay, we've got a dynamic lunge. So we're gonna move backwards and forwards. So pick a leg, any leg. We're gonna start with a backward stepping lunge. We're gonna step together and then forward stepping lunge. So one backward, one forward. So we're keeping that opposite leg. This is our stationary leg. Heel is down, and then you're gonna replace it. Heel goes up as you step in front. I'm using my arms to kind of help me here. But again, whatever you wanna do is fine. If you need to hold on to something, that's all good. And if it's too much pressure for your knees to do that front lunge, just stay with the backwards lunge. Repeat the backwards lunge. Again, aiming about 90 degrees at the knees here. A little lean in the torso is good if you want it. Tapping the knee on the ground, or if you can't go that low, no worries. You can stay up higher in the range. All right, one more, and it's gonna be the end of the workout. So one backward, one forward. Let's do it. Really challenging our stability and our balance too. So we took a lot of simple movements and just jazzed them up a little bit to make them more challenging. to challenge the brain and the body. And it's only 10 minutes. We get a lot accomplished, and that's all you need, really. If you wanted to add weight, you definitely could to make it a little more intense, or you could make it longer. You could go for another set or 2 sets if you wanted to really fatigue the legs. One more time and we're there. Whew. That's it, 10 minutes. Like I said, keep going if you want to continue to work the legs. Otherwise, if you want upper body, I've got a similar upper body workout coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, if you have any questions, comments, please let me know. Check out my website if you want personalized guidance or a structured fitness routine for my YouTube guides that'll take you through my channel in a sequence so you can get results. Otherwise, I'll see you back here for our next workout together.